Are we live? I said, are we live? Are we live in his app? I'm waiting to see. Are we live? Are we live, Mr. YouTube? Are we live in his app? I just need to know. I just want to know. Are we live? I'm ready to do my show. Are we live? Let's get it then. Are we live? I need to know. Are we live? Are we live?
Right now. It's about to get real.
Hey.
Are you ready? Make some noise for DJ.
It said our internet connection was excellent. Why? Well, now what's going on? You know you're wrong for this.
Let's get it on. Let's get it on.
Hey.
Yeah. that boy? What happened to that boy? What happened to that boy? What happened to that boy?
You messed up. Messed around with broke, then rope.
To that boy.
He got roasted.
What happened to that boy?
He got toasted.
What happened to that boy?
Don't mess around with broke, then rope.
Boy, 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 boy. What happened to that boy? Boy, what happened to that boy? What happened to that boy? What happened to that boy? People talk, we put a clap into that boy. What happened to that boy? What happened to that boy?
He got knocked out.
What happened to that boy?
He got knocked the F on out. Boo! What happened to that boy? He got knocked out. Boo!
What? DJ Angelo, cut it up, baby.
Boo! Oh! Oh! Bam! Get up, son. Get up. Wake up.
Start gang and alliance, ain't no kitchen appliance, cause we pulling out big guns and the bullets is flying. This man a giant, more difficult than science. We crush them like ants, so give me guns for further. Ain't no words spoken, so I ain't going further. What a house out the kicks and call it a lyrical murder. Safari, what take them murder, something that he never heard of. Drop me that is like all them brother, like a murder.
Me see clear, them a chatter. Max Braga Benz, me tell you me a brother. Represent you up Japan to Jamaica. Still a bun but mine a hater. See clear, none of them no bad. Them only talk of them, none of them no bad. Me see clear, them no bad. Them no bad. None of them no bad.
Uh-oh. Whoops, my bad.
None of them no bad.
Wrong video clip. That's what I meant to play. My bad. My bad.
them a chatter.
I'ma get them come, you know what we soon done. Gun by my side just in case I got a rum. A boy on the side of Babylon trying to front like you're down with Mount Zion. Yo, what's going on? I'ma get them come, you know what we soon done. Gun by my side just in case I got a rum. A boy on the side of Babylon trying to front like you're down with Mount Zion.
Call Mr. Martin, tell him that they're the coffin. Today's that season, 100 MCs that get murdered. It's the way that we rock when we're doing it. There's no remix on another refugees bring. Oh, la 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 la. Sweet thing, you love me like no other before.
You shouldn't diss refugees and your whole sound separative. You shouldn't diss refugees and your whole sound separative.
Oh la la la, that's the way that we rock when we're doing our thing. Oh la la la, it's the remix on another refugees bring. Oh la 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 la.
If you catch me at the border, I could be the limit. If you come around here, make a more day. I get one done in a second if you wait. If you catch me at the border, I could be the limit. If you come around here, make a more day. I get one done in a second if you wait.
Here comes trouble, my friend, and here comes danger. Rastafari send me come, I saw we sent by the Savior. Here comes trouble, my friend. Here danger, Here comes trouble, here comes the danger, sent by the Savior. Welcome the Rastafari. I start recruit soldiers for Selassie army. Here comes trouble, here comes the danger. Welcome the Savior, welcome the Rastafari. You're not for oxygen, I did in a baptism in the morning. Waving the banner red, green and gold. This is such a honor for the seasons fall. Waving the banner red, green and gold. Waving the banner red, green and gold.
from bed to die. If you do it, you gon' die. Gotta keep your message close by. Someone heard it, nobody think nobody heard it. Just another beautiful service. You're looking at you, come through shining, they at you. And broad daylight kidnap you. Let's be clapped through. Police stay on us like tattoos. So get only one cause we have to. Money is power, sling crack, weed and powder. Things come through every hour, it's all about that tower. And we don't deal with cowards. Weak lambs get the power. Got a lion in the concrete. Strong standing and rumble, the weak fold and crumble in the land of trouble. And home of the crazy rappers. Big guns first and bring them after. Down, put your lighters up. Bedside, put your lighters up. Near ya, put your lighters up. Be more, keep putting your lighters up. Maybe, put your lighters up. Put your lighters up. Putting them lighters up. No matter where you're from, put your lighters up.
Put your lighters in the air. If you smoke weed like you don't care. I'm addicted to the earth. It's a dangerous love affair. A natural plant that's from the ground. Some smoke out your bag of pound. I'm gonna ask this question now. Who's gonna smoke the weed tonight?
Popping on the bed, and I don't care about the rest. I'm popping on the bed. I'm so glad. All we do is pop, 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 pop. Rolling up the high-grade grind. Pop, 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 pop. Got to get it in no matter what the cost. Pop, 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 pop. Got pop and leave me alive. Pop, 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 pop. Get this jam in the glass. He take away all my troubles and my pain. The cops lock me, they call me rolling again. Mary Jane is my best friend. Hey, I'm a marijuana, give up the drama. Only from Jamaica straight back to Botswana. Think up all the friends in Kenya and Ghana. Well, you know the slipper is the tama, it's the bar. Rolling up the high-grade crowd. Got to get it in no matter what the cost.
Don't worry about a thing. 'Cause everything's gonna be alright. Say don't worry about a thing. 'Cause everything's gonna be alright. Rise up this morning, smiling with the rising sun. Saying this is my message to you. Don't worry.
Listen to the song.
Don't worry about it.
Damn, it's gonna be all right. Oh, James, damn. Oh, it's gonna be all right. 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 Thelma, Mr. Miguel, Bookman, YouTube owner. It's gonna be all right. We gonna hold it together. Hey everybody, welcome to the show. Welcome to the Minister Brother Derek Show. I thought I'd give you something to wake you up. How's everybody doing today? That's right. Yeah, we made it to another Saturday, even though it was technically still Friday when I started making this. Let's do the CV numbers and then let's get into the news. How was y'all day today? I overdid myself. I mean, I really overdid. Last night on the bike, I overdid. I think I tore some ligaments. I think I messed my back up, but I still feel good. Because I slept all day. First, I couldn't get to sleep. I took some aspirin, took my medicine, and I woke up and tried to walk and got these spasms, but that's good. That means I put some work in last night. That's good. Now, if we keep it up, we not going to have this anymore. And that's the goal. I want to go out once a day, and I'm really upset that I didn't get up until, 8 something. So I didn't want to make a whole bunch of noise bringing the bike downstairs and bringing it upstairs when there's a baby right at the foot of the steps. Now, some of y'all would say, who cares? Well, you got to be respectful. I want to get out early. Since I got to lug that thing up and down the steps and I know I'm going to make a whole bunch of noise, ain't no need in me trying to go out late. Unless I really have to go to the market or something. So we went on. My body got the rest. But tomorrow we're going out. And we bringing the camera. So I hope y'all come along with me. Because we are bringing the cameras. And we're going to go for a ride. Supposedly the stimulus passed. But our boy, it's Jimmy, says that Biden changed his mind. So we're going to look at that tonight. Did Biden change his mind on the $1,400? Does that mean that we not getting it? I don't know, but look, it's going on 1 a.m. and we in the bedroom, and hopefully we don't disturb our neighbors too much. So let's go ahead and get the stats out the way. Let's do the CV numbers. That's where I make the most noise at. So let's go ahead and get the CV number in full effect here. We got 29,925,902. So we're going on 30 million active cases, known cases of the coronavirus. We have 543,721 deaths so far. The weather is actually good. I'm kind of sad I didn't go outside today. I really am sad about that because it was 60 degrees. I'm cooking right now. I got the oven going. And I might have to open some windows up because it's getting hot in this joint. Let's get to our CV numbers, y'all. I hope y'all had a pretty good T.G.I.F. For some of you, that's the end of your work week. Hope y'all enjoy the weekend. So let's take a look. Take a look at the CV numbers today. I mean, it's really getting hot in here. I'm gonna have to crack open some windows. Matter of fact, let me go crack open that kitchen window. Let me play something for y'all. Give me a minute, y'all. Be right back. Wait a minute, something wrong. Hey, I like this. I like the break. I like the break. I don't like the song. So, all right, y'all, let's do these CV numbers like we only do it. Like I said, by tomorrow, we'll be at 30 million. Well, it's the weekend. It might take till Sunday. We know we got 543,000 that have passed away. Let's go back in here and get this. Because we know that California knows how to party in the city of LA, where they wish the CV and the crime would go away. I'm talking about California. They got 3,585 new cases of the virus today. They lost 251 people. 251 people died of the coronavirus today in the state of California. They got 1,662,500 people walking around infected right now. Let's do the Texas two-step and head on down to Texas. They got 6,093 new cases today. They lost 203 people. But unlike California, they only got 125,500 people infected. So California has 1.6 million infected. Texas only has 125,000 infected. Florida, Florida Evans, 5,065 new cases. They lost 67 people today. They got 690,000 walking around infected that we know of. New York, you're a native New Yorker. You're a native New Yorker. Y'all remember that song? They got 7,025 new cases. They lost 113 people in New York City today. They got 90,500 people infected. Illinois, they got 1,700 new cases today. They lost 55 people. They got 95,000 people infected. Georgia on my mind. I caught the midnight train to Georgia, and I'm bringing the CV. I rode from California. They got 1,714 new cases. They lost 81 people. They got 462,500 people infected. Let me slide the screen up some. Ohio, they got 1,448 new cases of the coronavirus today. but they lost none. They got 33,500 infected. Pennsylvania, Transylvania. They got 2,675 new cases. They lost 50 people. They got 57,000 people infected. There ain't nothing finer than the mountain ranges of North Carolina. They got 2,061 new cases. They lost 27 people today. They got 30,000 infected. Arizona, 1,835 new cases. They lost 60 people. No active stats. New Jersey, 3,815 new cases. They lost 46 people. They got 209,000 infected. Tennessee, Tennessee, they got 1,512 new cases of the coronavirus. They lost 17 people. They got 12,500 infected. Hold on, let me slide up something. Tennessee, I'm sorry, I'm in the wrong place. We already done them. Indiana, ooh-wee, they got 910 new cases. They lost 27 people. They got 144,000 infected. Michigan, what up, though? They got 2,569 new cases. They lost 22 people. They got 98,500 infected. Massachusetts, they got 1,809 new cases. They lost 42 people. They got 26,000 walking around infected. Virginia, they got 1,250 new cases. They lost 53 people today. They got 69,000 infected. Wisconsin, 502 new cases of the coronavirus, and they lost none. They got 6,600 infected. Ain't nothing finer than the hills of South Carolina. They got 919 new cases. They lost 41 people. They got 282,000 infected. Missouri, or should I say Missouri, 605 new cases. They lost 16 people today. They got 86,000 infected almost. Alabama, I said Alabama. They got 865 new cases. They lost 52 people. They got 188,000 infected. Minnesota, 1,093 new cases. They lost 19 people. They got 7,600 infected. Slide up some more. Colorado, or should I say Colorado? They got 955 new cases today. They lost 18 people. They got 157,000 infected. Louisiana, they got 421 new cases. They lost 16 people. They got 5,600 infected right now. Oklahoma, land that I know. Oklahoma, where the tornadoes throw their houses around, putting everything down. Yeah, what dummy lives in Oklahoma? Well, anyway, we got 694 new cases of the coronavirus, and they lost none. They got almost 12,000 infected. Oh, shucky ducky. It's time to go to Mitch McConnell's state of Kentucky. They got 1,207 new cases. They lost 37 people. They got almost 371,000 infected. Ain't nobody caroling in my state of Maryland. We picked up 924 new cases of the coronavirus. We lost 12 people today. Thank God I ain't one of them. We got almost 373,000 infected. Quick draw McGraw. Let's go to Utah. 646 new cases of the coronavirus. They lost 23 people. They got 13,000 infected. Iowa. Iowa. Iowa, 539 new cases. They lost 20 people. They got 40,500 infected. Washington State, they got 309 new cases of the coronavirus today, but they lost none. They got 172,000 infected. The fake Kansas or Arkansas, they got 340 new cases. They lost 28 people. They got 3,100 affected. Now it's time to go to the real Kansas, because we got to sneeze on down the road. Achoo, we got to sneeze on down the road. They can't carry no load with that CV. We got to sneeze on down the road. Kansas, 445 new cases. They lost 19 people today. They got 100,500 infected. Nevada, they picked up 618 new cases. They lost 13 people. They got 32,000 infected. Connecticut, 735 new cases. They lost 9 people. They got 81,000 infected. Nebraska, they don't have no stats for the day. What the heck were they doing? All right, it's time to go to New Mexico. I said New Mexico. New Mexico, 233 new cases a day. They lost 6 people. They got 89,500 infected. Idaho, 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 364 new cases. They only lost 5. They got 75,500 infected. Oregon, 353 new cases. They lost 11 people. No active stats. West Virginia, 338 new cases. They lost 8 people today. They got 5,300 infected. It's time to roll that R. We are at Rhode Island. I can be better than that. We got to roll that R. I said Rhode Island. 524 new cases of the coronavirus. They only lost 4. They got 123,000 affected. South Dakota, 201 new cases. They only lost 1. They got 129,000 affected. I'm going to go watch Tito Santana wrestle in the state of Montana. They got 181 new cases of the coronavirus, but they only lost 4. They got 95,000 infected. North Dakota, 111 new cases. They only lost 3. They got 132,000 infected. Now we go to Delaware. I said Delaware. Delaware, 789 new cases, but they only lost 2. They got 92,000 infected. New Hampshire, they picked up 301 cases, new cases today, but they only lost 4. They got 57,000 infected. Alaska, wait a minute. Let me slide up some. Alaska, they picked up 228 cases, and they lost none. They got no active stats. Wyoming. 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 They picked up 98 new cases of the coronavirus, and they lost none. They got 95,000 infected. It's a pain to live in Maine. It's so mundane, so plain, 'cause everything looks the same. Oh, it's so boring. It's bound to leave you snoring. It's a strain to live in Maine. Maine, they got a 187 today. They picked up 187 new cases, and they lost none. They got 34,500 affected. The District of Columbia, they picked up 122 new cases, and they lost none. They got 11,000 people infected, though. Time to go to Hawaii. Hawaii 5-0. Hawaii picked up 58 new cases and they lost none. They got no active stats for the island. Time to go to Vermont country. Doom, 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 doom. Doom, 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 doom. Not hot country, the state of Vermont. They picked up 129 new cases and they lost none. They got 2,500 people infected in Vermont. It's time to roll that R again. Puerto Rico. We could be better than that. We got to roll that R. I said Puerto Rico. 216 new cases of the coronavirus. They only lost 4. They got 94,000 infected. Island of Guam, they picked up 2 cases today and they lost none. Hey y'all, did we do Mississippi? I don't remember singing that song. Did we skip Mississippi? Did we skip some places? Where's Mississippi at? I don't remember doing Mississippi. But anyway, let's go back. We almost done, y'all. No stats for the Virgin Islands, no stats for the Maria, no stats for Samoa, no stats for the U.S. military. Veteran Affairs, 751. New cases, they lost 22 people. They got 5,100 infected. No stats for the federal prison. The Navajo Nation, they picked up 24 new cases and they lost 8 people. They got 12,500 infected. I don't know how I forgot to do Mississippi. But we got 29,925,902 people that we know of that caught the coronavirus. How many new cases today? 62,773. How many people have died? 543,721. New deaths today, 1,531. People died just today. How many people that we know of are walking around infected right now? 8,584,883 people known to be infected with the coronavirus. All right, y'all. We got those stats out the way. The coronavirus. I said the coronavirus. All right, now. I'm trying to think what's the best way to do this. Trial and error. We in the bedroom. I haven't tried this before. Let's see if it works. Okay.
5 southbound through Burbank.
Nope, it didn't switch. Okay, so give me one there. I didn't tell you to unpause. We really need to get a mouse and keyboard for this bedroom. Okay, so let's try this. It didn't work there. Let's take the link and put it here. Let's see if it works. Let's transfer the link here and see if it works. All right, it's working. Let's go. All right, y'all. We starting out with a police chase.
Point, Glenn, we're still probably 2 miles away from that interchange. But what we've noticed from this driver so far is it kind of seems like the tendency is just wanting to go south. So we haven't seen him jump on the 170. That could have been an option if they wanted to go more west or east. But we'll just have to see as we continue southbound here. It's just about a mile and a half. We should see that interchange coming up, and we'll be able to decide there. But as this driver kind of comes, kind of stays in the center of the freeway, that allows that driver a bunch of different options as we continue southbound here, including deciding if they want to get off and get on those surface streets. And in those cases, the CHP might have to hand it off to Burbank Police or one of the other agencies. But right now, the CHP is continuing in this pursuit. They've actually moved over to one of their statewide channels, their blue channels, from the local offices up here to a statewide channel so that it's easy as this pursuit continues into other jurisdictions of the CHP for those officers in those different areas to access the channel, to listen to what's happening, what has happened, so that they're prepared for what's coming. And then those other officers from the pursuing agencies that are in it right now can know when they are free to back out without having to do a lot of dancing between the dispatchers on the different offices' frequencies. But we're still continuing southbound, coming up on Western. We're now in the Glendale area here, right about the 134. It looks like we're going to be sticking to the 5 southbound at this point if the driver continues in this number 2 lane. But if you're not familiar with this area up here, this is the 5 134. The LA riverbeds right here. We have the LA Zoo as well. And this is kind of a major interchange, especially this time of day as people start to head home from work back into the San Gabriel Valley, back up into San Fernando Valley, and out of the downtown LA area as well.
I thought this wasn't long. Oh, it is long. Wait a minute. My bad, y'all. Hold on. Let's speed it up some. My bad, y'all.
That vehicle was decided.
Let me make a
You
commercial.
said I love using StreamYard. Well, that's easy. I can make me, Chris Brogan. I can make a show like
You know you're wrong for that. I got snuck. I wasn't expecting the commercial. My bad. We got snuck.
So this seems like it's going to be the formula for this as we continue southbound on the 5. Just sticking with traffic, and there we go, right into the center divider. The first time we've seen that since this pursuit started, and kind of making our way down the freeway now. Now, different options that the CHP has to end this would be hit maneuver at the right speeds. Or in this situation, you see those officers kind of wedged in the trucks right there. They just deployed a spike strip. So that was a successful spike strip if I've seen one. The car driving right over it there. And what those spike strips do, I was just reading up on it a little more, is they have removable little spikes in them, and those spikes are hollow. And it looks like we're stopping here. And a passenger out of the vehicle. I'm going to hold a little wider of a shot. Just because we don't know how this situation's going to end. You see that THP airship overhead, multiple units here in this termination of the pursuit. That passenger out, hands up, facing the officers. What they're going to do is ask that passenger to turn around and face backwards to them so that they can walk that passenger back in a safe manner and kind of have more control of the situation. But now the time's on those CHP officers' side. They have control of the freeway. You can see the traffic stopped. They have control of the situation for the most part. But that suspect or that passenger hands up, turning around, back up to the officers. This is what we want to see in this situation. As we continue to watch this passenger back up, they're gonna probably have the passenger stop here shortly and just show their waistband. Maybe not. Looks like we're gonna continue back, and that arrest team at the top of your screen is gonna take that passenger and detain them. And then now they're going to focus on that driver. The spike strips may have been a deterrent for that driver to continue on in the pursuit, as they know their car is going to be disabled shortly. But still no movement from that driver to open the doors. But the CHP is going to take their time with this. They're going to call that driver out. You see hands out the window, opening the door from the outside of the vehicle. That's what we want to see. A canine unit from the CHP is here. You see that dog in the center of your screen. Just in case that driver decides to run, those canine officers are a lot faster than those officers with 2 legs, that's for sure. And so what we're going to see here is they're probably going to ask the driver to throw out the keys, open the door from the outside, and exit the vehicle. And now it's just a waiting game. But time is on those officers' side. They have plenty of manpower here, as well as that freeway shutdown, just in case they need that, but also for those officers' safety. They don't have to worry about cars rushing past them or putting the public in danger danger. But I'm just going to zoom in just a little bit, try to get you a little better shot, see what's going on. But just that driver looks like they're sitting in that driver's seat, hand out the window. Doesn't look.
All right, let's speed up some, y'all. It's getting boring. All right, like the police finally moving up. Oh, they got the shield.
Yeah, the CHP doing a little different tactic here. It doesn't look like the driver wanted to comply, so they're going to go up and talk to that driver face to face. You see the shields there. Guns drawn for safety purposes and cover, but 4 officers there, and what they're going to do, it looks like it's going to open that door.
Why they didn't go around the other side? Go around the other side and get her. The other side is wide open. Go around the other side. Come on. Apparently they're going to do it.
Also, probably started doing is talking to that.
Should have done that first.
What the state of the driver is, what's going on. You can see that one officer going over there, unlocking the door so that they can.
That's got to be a woman. I put money on it. That's a woman.
For a pursuit termination here, but the CHP knows what they're doing. And
told you I was a woman. I knew it.
It's a matter of detaining that driver, taking control of that driver, and taking them into custody. But you can see plenty of officers here clearing that vehicle as well to make sure there's no one else in there that could be of any harm or anything else of danger. And it looks like we have both the driver and passenger detained and in custody, and a successful end to this pursuit coming out of the Newhall area.
All right. I should have been stopping. My bad, y'all. I was daydreaming. I was thinking about the next video. So let's go back. And we're going to use this tactic. All right, let's get to the next story. It's always good to have a little chase. Sorry it wasn't more exciting. It was too daggone women's. What's the purpose of stopping and then you don't get out the car? I don't understand that. Should have kept going to the car, couldn't go no more. You know, whatever.
New at noon, 4 men are now facing several charges of racketeering and extortion.
Those suspects include a father and a son, and local 10 News reporter Ian Marville is live outside the Broward jail in Fort Lauderdale with details on what happened. Ian.
These allegations are very specific. They stretch over a 10-year period, and a father and son are right at the center of it. Take a look. These two men, 72-year-old Bruce Chait and his son, 47-year-old Sean Chait, are the alleged masterminds of this crime. They're real estate developers, and they've been at the center of controversy in the past, having faced charges over the years for paying off political leaders to get their projects approved. But these new charges are even more shocking. They both appeared in court this morning facing charges of racketeering, conspiracy, and extortion, allegedly blackmailing another well-known real estate developer and threatening him with lawsuits, false information campaigns, and smears against his reputation and business. They are accused of falsely claiming there were dangerous levels of soil contamination on property the victim acquired after the Chaits defaulted on a loan back in 2010. Now, a judge this morning set their bonds at over $10 million. Their attorney was not happy about it. Take a listen.
I wasn't obviously present when Judge Siegel was convinced to put a $10.5 million bond on two individuals who have that kind of background, have lived here their entire life. But I would suggest that 10.5 million is at best draconian.
But this is not just a financial case. The Chaits lost the property, and according to Bruce Chait, in recordings that we have that were recent recordings within the last 2 months, as indicated in the probable cause affidavit, Bruce Chait has wanted to destroy these victims financially and their reputation ever since that transaction 10 years ago.
And these two other men you see here, Harris Shapiro of Margate and John Colonel of Fort Lauderdale, are accused of basically acting as pawns for the Chaits, filing lawsuits against this victim. And the Chaits apparently used those as leverage to try to get the victim to pay them $3 million to make the lawsuits and the decade plus of harassment, quote, go away. Back out live here in Fort Lauderdale, all four men were given very high bonds. The two men we just showed you, they were given bonds of $1 million and $2 million. The Chaits facing more than $10 million worth of bond. We are still very early into this case. As soon as we get any updates, of course, we will let you know. Live in Fort Lauderdale, I'm Ian Margle, Local 10 News.
When was the last time?
So they obviously have millions of dollars, and it's not no big idea for them to post bond. But by them being millionaires, they also can flee the country. So they are more high risk. They can go to Switzerland or something. Or go to a third world country and hide out.
Police need help finding this man who stabbed a teen on a scooter in the Bronx. The 15-year-old was sitting on his scooter when he says the suspect walked up and started arguing with him. During a fight, he pulled out a knife and stabbed the teen multiple times. He was taken to the hospital, treated, and released. The man police are looking for took off east on West Burnside Avenue. Anyone with any information is asked to call NYPD's Crime Stoppers hotline. That phone number is 1-800-577-TIPS. Katie Johnston for CBSNewYork.com.
See, y'all don't realize how dangerous it is.
It's a woman robbed.
Y'all don't realize how dangerous it is sometimes. You can be sitting on the park bench. You can be sitting on a bike. You can be sitting on a scooter. Somebody can roll up. That's why it's important to have mirrors. And I got to figure out how to rig that mirror on the bike. But I'm trying to wait.
Police are now searching for a man that they say tried to sexually assault a woman near a construction site in East Harlem. CBS 2's Kieran Dillon has the details.
NYPD officers spent part of the day putting up flyers Thursday. Police now offering a reward for anyone with information that could lead to an arrest in connection to an attempted rape in East Harlem. Officers circulating this image of the suspect.
It's messed up because he's still running around. Like, that's what's really scaring us the most. Like, he's still around and it's too close to home.
The incident frightening women who live nearby. Police say it happened around 5:15 Wednesday evening near East 131st Street and Harlem River Drive. A 40-year-old woman was walking in the area when she was approached by a stranger. A man pushed the woman to the ground and tried to rape her, saying in the process, "I'm going to kill you." This man works in the building nearby. He says it happened in this nook next to a trailer belonging to a close-by construction site.
A safe area or? A lot of homeless around, especially for the train station.
Luckily, the woman was able to fight the man off before he ran away. 22-year-old Eddie Solis lives in front of where it happened. He's concerned for his mother's safety.
I tell her every day, just always watch your back. You don't know who's following you, especially at night.
Police are now searching for a man last seen wearing an orange knit cap, a black hooded jacket with a Nike and NFL logo on the front, a black shirt over a white t-shirt, black pants, black sneakers, and a surgical mask. Meanwhile, police friends say they're going to be looking over their shoulders until the suspect is caught. They want others to do the same.
Ladies, be safe out here. You know, if there's a way to have some protection, please just, try to have that and be safe.
The victim was taken to the hospital where she was treated for a cut to the head. Anyone with information is asked to call police. In East Harlem, Karen Dillon, CBS 2 News.
Yeah, I'm saying. Wait a minute. How old is this? Oh, I can't see. How old is it? A month ago, see? That's why you gotta look. This daggone remote is killing me. We're gonna have to get a mouse for the bedroom. I'll get it somehow. I'll get it somehow. All right, next story. We ain't had a commercial in I don't know how long. I got snuck again.
Florida City. Sky 10 over the scene along Northwest 3rd Terrace.
And we're told the victims, a mother and son here. Let's go to local 10's Terrell Cornet live at the scene for us with an update. Terrell.
Relatives right now are waiting for the latest information to come in from the hospital. We know both of those victims were in front of their own home at the time of this incident. In fact, that woman was just out doing some yard work when the bullets were fired. The emergency call came in just before noon.
Female advised several people were shot.
Sky 10 was over the scene as officers responded to a double shooting in the 800 block of Northwest 3rd Terrace in Florida City. Here, a woman in her 50s was shot several times. Her 30-year-old son, say relatives, was shot in the back. The injuries severe enough for both of the victims to be airlifted from the scene to the Ryder Trauma Center at Jackson Memorial Hospital. The double shooting happened in front of the victim's own home, where relatives rushed over after getting the news.
I just don't understand.
The woman's other son, who did not want to show his face, tells us his mom was just watering her lawn when the bullets were fired.
You know, like I say, it's sad that a person can come outside and water their flowers without being shot.
Officers did manage to collect surveillance video from the
That's a
area.
beautiful home.
Not spend very much time at the crime scene of the double shooting. In fact, only about an hour and 15 minutes, which is unusual in situations like these. Still, we're told the circumstances surrounding the shooting are still being investigated. And those officers are still looking for the people or person responsible for this double shooting. They have asked the community to pick up the phone and give them a call with any information, or even Miami-Dade Crime Stoppers for that matter. As for these two victims, we know that that 30-year-old man was in surgery at last check, and that woman, that mother, who was shot out here, we understand that she is recovering in the hospital, but doing okay, according to her family members. Reporting live from Florida City, I'm Terrell Cornet, Local 10 News.
That's a damn shame. That's just a damn shame. You can't even go outside and take care of your lawn without worrying about getting shot on your own property. You're not even safe at home anymore. With the home invasions, people driving by shooting you. You know, you used to have respect for somebody's place.
New video tonight of a violent attack on two New York City sanitation workers in Brooklyn. You can see one man grab a baseball bat and run towards the garbage truck on Pitkin Avenue in East New York early yesterday morning. The attacker then hits the worker. As police say, a second suspect pulled out a knife. Another worker rushed over to break up the issue. Three suspects took off with a cell phone and were seen getting into a red Chrysler 300.
That's a daggone shame. This is a daggone shame. Well, this was a day ago. Well, we can take a look. Hold on, we can take a looky.
A suspected bank robber.
What happened?
New body cam video released by the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office shows a tense exchange of gunfire between an off-duty officer and a robbery suspect.
Get on the ground!
Yeah, we saw that. I didn't hit that.
A suspected bank robber in a stolen car leads police on a chase, crashing into a pickup truck, injuring a man and his grandchild.
And you're watching cell phone video sent to News4Jax showing JSO taking the suspect into custody.
What was going through your mind when you saw that?
Holy, yeah. Like, it really took me by surprise. We're always used to seeing something off the wall on 103rd, but that one really takes the cake.
News4Jax reporter Corley Beal is joining us live from near the Addison Landing Apartments where the chase ended. Corley, how did it all start?
It all started when police say that man robbed the bank. They say he then took off in a car that they noticed was stolen earlier in the day. They say he then shot at officers during a chase that ended here on 103rd Street near that U-Haul facility. They say, or the scene is cleared out now, but I spoke with a witness who says he saw the crash happen. He says it appeared that the driver didn't care about his safety or anyone else. Cell phone video shot from inside Anthony Boyle's car shows JSO officers swarming around the scene of a crash off 103rd Street on Wednesday. Boyle says he saw the crash happen.
Just out of nowhere, white car hops the median, it hits blue truck almost head on, a very brutal sounding accident.
Sky 4 flew over the scene of the crash, showing a white car that crashed into a blue truck. Police say a JSO cruiser crashed into the car. Another cruiser is close by. A grandfather and his young granddaughter who were in the blue truck were injured in the crash, according to police. Investigators say the suspect stole the white car earlier in the day. He then robbed this Buy-Star bank that Sky4 flew over and led police on a chase for 2.3 miles that ended with the crash. Boyle captured the moment the suspect in the neon shirt was on the ground and handcuffed by officers. Do you feel lucky that you weren't hurt?
I mean, I thought about that a few times, just a couple fractions of a second difference, and I could have been there. He was no more than 40 feet away from me when it happened.
Hours after the crash, all 3 vehicles involved were towed away from the scene that Boyle will never forget. JSO says the man and his granddaughter that were injured are expected to be okay. They have non-life-threatening injuries. They also say the JSO officer and the suspect were taken to the hospital, but they are also expected to be okay. JSO has not released the name of the suspect at this time or his charges, but we will continue to keep you updated as soon as we learn more. Reporting live from the West Side, Corley PL Channel 4, the local station.
Trying to sneak that commercial in. I caught you. All right, let's keep it going. I like it when I hear the stories ahead of time, rather than having to search for them. Okay, we already saw that by accident. That the same one? Yeah. Uh-oh, at the 7-Eleven? I was at the 7-Eleven yesterday. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Police are investigating an officer-involved shooting. It happened during a violent robbery at a 7-Eleven this morning. Police say when they arrived at the 7-Eleven on Fairview Road, the robber was attacking the cashier with a knife. That's when an officer shot the suspect. Both the cashier and the robber are being treated at hospitals. Police say the cashier is in stable condition with stab wounds. The suspect's condition isn't known.
That's a damn shame. That's 2 weeks old. We can't show that. It's 2 weeks old. All right, I've been waiting to hear this. I've been waiting to hear this. Come on.
What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here with the $1,400 third stimulus check update, third stimulus package update, and related news. Coming to you from a beautiful 70-degree day here in Ohio. It's nice and sunny, and as you can see, a little bit windy. But yeah, it's a beautiful day. Baby Julian's outside right now with Nana, playing on the playground and having a good time. And it's a good day for everybody as the third stimulus check has passed the House, passed the Senate, and we actually have some brand new breaking news from President Joe Biden has changed his mind on the third stimulus check. I'm going to give you the latest details on what's happening, as well as brand new.
So we getting the full 2,000?
Garnishments on the third stimulus check that is actually a change. I'm going to bring you guys all the latest news. Remember, we have all sorts of different buckets of money coming from this third stimulus check package. It's not just the $1,400 stimulus check, which is the largest stimulus check yet, and the largest stimulus check by double or more for children. I get a lot of people asking me, will there be another stimulus check? I fully do believe there will be at least one more stimulus check. President Biden says that there will be stimulus checks and stimulus packages until the pandemic is over. And while this is really just their first one, and as he's been in office less than 2 months at this point, they've already announced the next stimulus package called the Build Back Better package, which will have multiple different provisions in there of stimulus. The question is, what will there be? We already have dozens of Democratic senators and House representatives already pushing for monthly reoccurring stimulus checks in the next bill, saying that we need to just do the monthly stimulus checks so that we don't have to keep passing them one by one. Senator Ed Markey says what dozens of other Democratic lawmakers are saying, that the $1,400 stimulus check is just a down payment and that reoccurring monthly stimulus checks need to follow in the next stimulus package. In addition to that, what we have coming up on the horizon is probably a standalone bill to raise the minimum wage, although I firmly believe that they will not be able to pass that at $15 an hour because they simply voted on it in the Senate and only got 42 votes. A standalone bill will need 60 votes to pass in the Senate, and while they're probably going to have to do that at $10 or $11 an hour. We're also going to see the $10,000 or more of student loan forgiveness come probably pretty quickly here, as they have already passed a provision in this third stimulus check package that says that any student loans that are forgiven in the next 5 years will not even have to pay income tax on the money that's forgiven. Normally, when money like that is forgiven, you have to pay taxes on the forgiven money. So if you get $10,000 of student loan forgiveness, you have to pay taxes on $10,000, which might be $1,000 or $2,000 normally.
A lot of people don't know this, but the best way to...
You hear me?
Based on your tax rate. But in this case, they're saying that they're going to forgive the taxes. So they're already setting the stage for student loan forgiveness. I also expect that we're going to see a lot of news coming out in the near future on the Social Security raises that President Biden campaigned on, which is $200 per month until the pandemic is over, or up to 2 years increase for all Social Security beneficiaries, as well as a 20% increase for widows and widowers, 5% more for people that have been on Social Security for over 20 years, and a potential cost of living index change so that the yearly increases go up by more. President Biden also campaigned on a $15,000 home buyer credit. I will be keeping you up to date on all these, as well as the next stimulus package known as the Build Back Better package. We also have other things coming up on the horizon, such as the $7,000 of funeral expenses that has already been passed from the second stimulus check package, and they're currently working out the details on how to set that up, as well as the other buckets of money that are in the third stimulus check package that now goes to President Biden's desk. I'll have some brand new breaking information for you guys here in just a minute on that. But there's going to be mortgage assistance, rental assistance, property tax assistance, and utility assistance that many, many millions of Americans will be able to claim, as well as the $3,000 to $3,600 child income tax credits that are going to be paid out on monthly increments of $250 to $300 per month per child. That is in the third stimulus check package, and it's in addition to the $1,400. For people that don't have children, they have the earned income tax credit. That could likely mean an extra $1,000 or $2,000 in your pocket from your tax returns, depending on your tax rate. We're going to be getting more information on that coming out soon. But basically, that's going to expand to more people, and it's going to expand the amount to more people, which, as I said, likely could mean an extra $1,000 to $2,000 in your pocket. So if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe down below so you don't miss out on all these new updates. And don't forget to smash the like button for us. It really helps out our channel. Independent/Democratic Senator Bernie Sanders, who is the Senate Budget Chairman, which they passed this bill through the budgetary reconciliation process, says that this relief bill is the difference between dignity and despair for millions of America's working families. And yet not a single Republican, the so-called party of the working class, voted for it. The Republicans have turned their backs on the needs of the working families. Initially, we thought that one Republican from the House of Representatives voted yes on this package, but it turns out that was not the case. They either changed their vote or it was a miscount of the vote. And in the end, not a single Republican from the House or the Senate voted yes on the third stimulus check.
So nobody should vote Republican next time.
Voted no from the House. Every Democrat from the Senate voted yes.
So just look at this ridiculous electric bill. I pretty much always dreaded opening up my...
Senator Joe Manchin is still receiving a lot of criticism for him holding up the stimulus package in the Senate and making them force changes to the bill, particularly reducing the income requirements of up to $100,000 for individuals down to $80,000, which cut out up to 15 million people from getting their third stimulus check.
Originally, Joe Manchin wanted to do an amendment report. I said, Senator Portman, I said, that's going to kill the bill, Joe. That is going to kill the bill. He thought about it for several hours, realized that, and said, okay, let's come to a compromise. And we did. We didn't change things very much. We changed it a little in his direction. I would have preferred not to do it. But this bill, even with that change, is so overwhelmingly strong in helping poor and working people in America that I think it's getting huge plaudits from the American people. When people start getting their checks, when they start getting the vaccines, when school starts opening, when kids can get out of poverty, that's huge. That's huge, Anderson.
Next up, here is President Joe Biden on the third stimulus check package, and then I'll give you the change that he just did.
I want to thank Speaker Pelosi and the House of Representatives today for passing the bill, and I will be signing into law shortly. This bill represents a historic victory for the American people. I look forward to signing it later this week. Everything in the American Rescue Plan addresses a real need.
Well, sign it down.
We need investments to fund our entire vaccination effort. More vaccines, more vaccinators, and more vaccination sites. Millions more Americans will get tested, including home testing. Schools will soon have the funding and resources to reopen safely, a national imperative. The American Rescue Plan, a partnership between Johnson & Johnson and Merck, proves we can do big things, important things in this country. Let me conclude with this. Tomorrow night, I'm going in prime time to address the American people and talk about what we've been through as a nation this past year. But more importantly, I'm going to talk about what comes next. I'm going to launch the next phase of the COVID response and explain what we will do as a government and what we will ask of the American people. There is light at the end of this dark tunnel in the past year. But we cannot let our guard down now.
Well, since then, a brand new breaking news story. In fact, thanks to one of our viewers, Unforgiven774, who actually emailed me this right before I was ready to film. Moments before filming this, President Joe Biden says that he is going to sign the third stimulus check package bill into law today, a day earlier than expected. He was expected to sign this into law tomorrow, as the House of Representatives basically had to get the package ready to him and had to send it to his desk. That was expected to take 24 hours. They've got that done quicker than expected, and President Biden is expected to sign that into law today. As you can see here, once the bill is signed, the Biden administration will race to implement its numerous provisions, including sending out the $1,400 relief checks to tens of millions of Americans and aid to states and localities. The signing comes just 3 days before the enhanced unemployment benefits of $300 per week are due to expire. President Biden is slated to deliver a primetime address.
Wait a minute. What's the day? What's the day?
1 year since the coronavirus lockdowns in the United
Hold
States.
on, y'all.
He is expected to reflect on the sacrifice.
Wait a minute. I got tricked. That's not his latest video. Where's his latest video at? I ain't gonna make y'all watch it again, but I just want to see. Hold on, sir. Oh, Lord. Pause that. Come on. This daggone remote. Okay, 2 hours ago. Okay. That's what we should have been watching.
A lot of us need insurance.
And you're gonna make us watch a commercial. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, sorry about that, y'all. I had the wrong video.
Jimmy here with your $1,400 third stimulus check update and $3,000 to $3,600 child income tax credit updates. As yes, there's multiple different buckets of money in this third stimulus check package, on which has now been officially signed into law. President Joe Biden officially signed it into law today. It's passed the House of Representatives, what was that, yesterday? My, how time flies. It's just the days just kind of blurring together. But the good news is that we've now passed not one, not two, but 3 stimulus checks. And honestly, this will not be the last one yet to date, even though the naysayers say that we would never even have got a second one. Well, we got the second one. Naysayers said we wouldn't get a third stimulus check. We got the third one. And this is the biggest one yet to date. $1,400 for adults, $1,400 for children and adult dependents this time around who didn't even get the third stimulus check. The $1,400 for children is more than double than children have got before. In addition to that, the $3,000 to $3,600 child income tax credit that will actually be paid in monthly increments of $250 to $300 per month per child, as well as an income tax credit for just regular old adults who might not even have children. They're expanding that and increasing the amounts. So a lot of adults are actually going to get the earned income tax credit. Likely could be an extra $1,000 or $2,000 in your pocket also from this third stimulus check package. There's all sorts of different things in here. There's mortgage assistance, rental assistance, property tax assistance, utility assistance, and there's 2 different rounds of this. Number one is the direct money. There's about $35 to $40 billion when you add in all the different provisions that's going to go directly to you guys. It's going to go to all 50 states, and then it's going to be sent out through the mortgage assistance and property tax assistance programs that they're going to be setting up here within the next few days, as well as the $350 billion that is going out to states and cities, all counties, including territories and tribal governments, which will lead us to see more programs like the 7 states and cities that recently, just a couple months ago, passed more stimulus packages on the state and local county level, as well as California and Maryland, who also just passed their own stimulus checks and packages, $600 for low-income Californians and $300 to $500 for Maryland, as well as
Wait a minute.
for small businesses that qualify because there's going to be a new round of money, $350.
Wait a minute. No, ho, bro, ho. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Let's look this up. Hold on. Who gets a stimulus check in Maryland? Wait a minute. I need to see if I qualify now. No, thank you. It doesn't say anything about people on SSD. So let's try this. I'm just trying to see. I don't think I'm spelling that wrong. There it is right there. Let's look. How much is the payment? Eligible individual receive up to $1,200. Okay. Or scheduled for pay in mid-May. Wait a minute, this is old. Hold on a sec. Wait a minute, that's not correct. Okay, I figured that out later, y'all. I ain't gonna bore y'all. I'm not gonna bore y'all with that, but I want to see well, I eligible because Maryland giving a tax. This is sad. StreamYard sure is doing a lot of advertising. Why don't they drop the price?
And received a 212-year federal prison sentence for an act a judge called evil and diabolical.
212 years.
Drove his two disabled children and ex-wife off a pier at the Port of LA in a huge insurance fraud scheme back in 2015. The ex-wife managed to escape. Prosecutors say El Mazayan had planned the scheme for 2 years, acquiring $7 million in accident and life insurance coverage. After the deaths, he collected $262,000. His third son, who was away at camp during the deaths, said his father treated the graves of his late brothers as a bank account.
They're gonna shine. People do for money. And they gave him 212 years. He won't be able to do it again. Somebody outside riding a dirt bike. Huh?
A mother's grief over the murder of her son made worse when she goes to pick up his car from the Detroit police impound lot. Tamika Greer is still waiting for answers in her son's murder.
And now she has reason to wonder about how the case is being handled. It's been more than 2 months since Tamika's son David was killed by gunfire, the evidence of which she found when she went to pick up David's car from DPD impound. Victor Williams is live with how the police department is explaining this. Victor, good evening.
Yes, good evening, Devin and Kimberly. When David Greer was shot and killed on New Year's Eve, someone fired about 13 shots into his vehicle. His mother is saying there's no reason why she should have 5 of those as the investigation continues to find out who pulled the trigger.
pain.
Ever since Tamika Greer's son David was killed in cold blood, she's been trying to work with investigators to solve his murder.
The detective that was handling the case, when he first got in touch with me, he said he couldn't identify my son. There was no ID.
But after that brief conversation, Tamika never heard from detectives regarding David's wallet or clues that could have potentially led them to solving the mystery of who killed her 20-year-old son. Fast forward a few weeks and Tamika picks up the car from the DPD's impound lot, not knowing there's still evidence inside.
Come to find out, the ID is still in his vehicle.
But what Tamika would find next will be the most heartbreaking discovery of all.
I found over 5 bullets in the vehicle still.
5 casings and rounds that were potentially looked over by homicide investigators with DPD. As soon as Tamika figured out crucial evidence had not been touched by forensic investigators,
Dad gets called with dirty.
One of those casings even found in a box of liquor Tamika had been inquiring about.
And here it is. I find the bottle of liquor never opened in the back of the vehicle on the floor.
We spoke to DPD about the issue, and although several casings were found outside, Commander Decker says he has no idea why investigators never found evidence to begin with on the inside.
Those are something that our evidence techs should have observed and recovered.
An investigation has been opened to find the exact reason why. Regardless, Tamika is saying none of this should have been overlooked, and she's hoping whoever takes the evidence off her hands will actually take the time to take a closer look.
I don't want the wrong people to get it if it's not going to be used in the right way.
And to make matters worse, we're told that David, just a few weeks after he died, he was supposed to be celebrating his 21st birthday. So Tamika just says she doesn't want any other parent to have to go through this pain and uncertainty. Victor Williams, Local 4.
Awful. Well, Victor, what else are police saying? Do they have any leads at all in his murder?
Well, they're looking for a dark-colored SUV and possibly for 2 shooters.
Okay, well, maybe if somebody knows something, certainly speak up. All right. Thanks, Victor.
That's daggone shame.
Thanksgiving was stressful, and then I discovered.
Alrighty, y'all. My food is ready. I'm ready to go get my grease on. I appreciate everybody that hung out with me today. I'm saying it and I'm laying it out. I have to, because I said I was going to go out at least every other day. So tomorrow. So I'm going to try and make myself go back to sleep. And I'm going to get up and go riding. I might go up to the market. I need some snacks. I didn't get my pound cake. I might ride up to the market to get some snacks. Just maybe some pound cake and maybe some eggs or decor rice. I've rediscovered it. No Night by K had suggested it last year, and then I got sick of it. But I like the chicken version, the beef version, and the teriyaki. The rest of it tastes like dookie. But I like those 3 versions. I might go get some more of that. It's not gonna be a heavy load. I still got 3 boxes of the powdered soda, and I like to mix it. I still got a 2-liter for the root beer, but I used the 2-liter up by making 4 of those jugs. Just putting a little bit in there, maybe like a quarter of real stuff. Then you add the powder and you add water, and you still get taste, but you don't get all that sugar. You know what I'm saying? So but I need to eat and take my medicine. So thank y'all for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. And I'll see y'all later on today. We're going to have a mobile live. We're going to have both cameras going. So hopefully it's a beautiful day tomorrow. Let's check the weather, because knowing my luck, it'll rain. Even if it do, I got to go out. Baltimore weather. Oops. Hey, what are you doing? All right, 61 degrees. Yeah. It's 61 degrees now? No wonder it's so hot. So Saturday it's gonna be 56. Good, because then we'll stay in and do the sermon. Sunday, 63, Monday, and then the rain gonna start Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. The rain gonna start. But 56, that's pretty good. Sunday gonna be 63. It's gonna be a lot of people outside. The virus gonna go up in my state, guaranteed. So, all right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with me. Y'all have a great Saturday. Wait a minute. I keep thinking it's Friday. It is Saturday, ain't it? No, it's Friday. I thought it was Saturday. Oh, today is Friday. Hold on a sec. Wait a minute. Go back and take a look. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's gonna be 68. So I don't have to wash them because they already washed. But I'm going to wear a short set tomorrow. Dang, I just had the Baltimore Ravens on. So should I go with that's a tough one. What should I wear tomorrow? Should I go Baltimore Ravens or Miami Heat? I guess I can go Baltimore Ravens, I guess. Put some purple or black shorts on. I had to go through the bag. I got plenty. See, I'm gonna wear me some shorts tomorrow and go out and ride and have some fun. And then maybe we'll go ride around, and then we'll go to the market, and I'll see if I can charge the bike in the store. And then we go out and ride some more. And then I got the power bank. I can charge the bike. We can find a nice little scenic place to go, and then I'll charge the bike. That's tough. I'll figure it out tomorrow. I don't want to try and do too much. But like I said, I don't want to try and do too much. So alrighty, y'all. Y'all have a great and prosperous day. I'm thinking today. Are you sure? No, the phone says it's Friday. I thought the day was Saturday. I really did. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night. I'll see y'all later. Have a blessed one. As Nia will say, see you soon. As I say, I'm going to see you later on today. Y'all have a great one. Peace, everybody.